Hello and welcome to another college mentoring analysis. My name is Zinj and I'm terrible at doing these intros. So this is week 5, 6, I'm not sure, of the REBBL College League with MoshNinja's Wood Elves that I'm mentoring against a Chaos team. So once this loads up, we'll take a look at the teams. Well, and by that I mean the skills. That's how you want them to be comparing matches. Okay, so the opponents won the toss and chose to kick, which is a shame, but it's the right choice from them. Fans, oh, that's quite a lot of fans. Not too many though. So, not seeing the fame there. That's weird. Hang on. 10 and 14. Well, the opponent's going to have +1 fame. The weather's nice, even though it's 10. Nearly something else. Anyway, the important thing. So we're facing a Chaos team. Chaos at low team value is not too scary, but they are there to basically kill you. So it's still somewhat scary. And there's a smattering of block. There's 2 block policemen, 2 block warriors, and one of those has Mighty Blow. And another warrior has Mighty Blow. So there's definitely potential for some pain being inflicted here. But other than that, that's not too scary. I mean, this is a somewhat favoured matchup, but as I say, they can put the hurt on. But for the team that we have here, we've got 2 War Dancers, one with Strip Ball. It's minus move, which is a shame, but it's fantastic that he's got Strip Ball against a team without. Oh, I've lost the skills. Hang on. Against a team without Sure Hands, so that makes a big difference. Terrible at doing this bit. We've got a kicker, that's nice. We've got a plus move thrower, which I quite like. A wrestle dodge lineman, which is very nice actually. Very useful. A catcher of block, and a catcher of agility that could pull off some nice moves. And a tree that's ever so close to getting a level, but isn't there yet. So, I think against a team like this, you want to be scoring as quickly as possible. You do not want to try and stall out for the whole half against a team like this. They will just punch you until you die, and then you'll lose. So you want to be setting up a 2-10 touchdown. Somehow, probably just caging up on one side of their pitch with enough players that you can protect the ball and leave quite a good route to the end zone. Probably using the agility 5 catcher if there's no chance of them hitting them. Otherwise, the War Dancer, if you can't give them an easy route to the touchdown line. Oh dear. So they can leap to make a touchdown. So there's a bribe in play. It's actually worth fouling as Elves sometimes, and even more so in this sort of case. But you don't always get that opportunity. So what's going on? We do have 2 rerolls. The opponent's got 4 rerolls, which I think is too many. It's probably counting against them a little bit. We've moved to cover the ball, and that's quite nice, but attacking this beastman with the tree straight off has got a bunch of problems. One is that it's play without block and loner, so it's a very good chance of that causing a turnover. But also it's strength 6 and not using an assist anywhere to make this a free die block, which is what we want. So to do that, you probably set up a block first on one of the other 2 with your War Dance that doesn't have any skills yet. You don't want to put the strip ball up front without too much at risk too much. Sorry, I'm a bit all over the place today. What I should be talking about is the setup. So the War Dancer on the line, it's not too bad maybe, I suppose. So if he gets a perfect defense, he probably puts a couple of players here, forcing it to dodge away. What else? This setup, I'd just shuffle it all around. I'd probably have the tree here with an assist onto one of these beastmen so that you can get that free die block without having to do anything else. Maybe a War Dancer then here, so it's somewhat protected with the tree there, and then after the tree's taken their block, you can do the 2 die block with the War Dancer with the block skill. And where's the skills got to? There we go. Oh, and yeah, the wrestler on the line, you might as well be using him to make that block. Because if he counterattacks and hits this guy, you're not too worried as much. But as it is, then using the blitz on the line. So I don't like that. With the setup we had, I think we should be going to cage up down here somewhere. And if you're going to do that, you may as well use your blitz on one of these players on the outside, just to sort of shut down the number of players he has in the area. I suppose your alternative is you go to this side because you've got a better blitz against this beastman because it doesn't have block. You do have more warriors on this side. He probably wants to be using that block Mighty Blow warrior to blitz with, and he can cover most of the pitch, so it doesn't matter too much. So I think I would have gone to this side instead and flipped over everything else I was saying about the setup. Otherwise, on the offensive setup, it's quite evenly distributed to each side, which I don't actually like as Wood Elves on offense. Yeah, I think you want to go quite hard in on one side, and if it does all go wrong, you've got the speed to swap over to the other side of the pitch and leave a team like this in your dust. But now that they're spread out, you're probably just going to have isolated players, and he's going to get quite a good counter-attack in marking in on them. So, so overall, I would have done almost all this completely differently. I'd have set up a lot of players, probably aiming to get the ball to this catcher, and then running up here and have as many players as possible screening that off. And I just go and run it in afterwards. The key with that is you want a player, so here, you want enough players so that you can't really get in front of you. You don't care too much about behind, because he's probably going to be able to mark the catcher, and then you just have to make a 2+ or a 3 roll to score, basically. So it's more about getting players up here to stop him running his players around in front of you. And even if he does, that agility 5 can then just dodge through fairly safely to get the touchdown in. What you don't want to do is sort of set up here, but let him move his whole team in front of you and do a little screen, or more likely base all your players. You can still score from there, but it's playing into his hands a bit more. Anyway, we'll see what happens from here. I'm going next to the tree is what you want to be doing. And this too. If you can get everybody on the tree, that's quite nice. I might have followed up there. Out of all your players, the one you most wanting to hit is your wrestle dodge player, because he needs a power to knock him down, but he's also risking whoever it's blitzing with of getting wrestled to the ground, which doesn't really want to happen. So I'd have followed up and then gone for another block next turn if you can manage that from bringing in another assist, and also just sort of shutting down the field a little bit here. And now we've got this position. Because we're not easily or safely going to score from here, I think I'd just set up, maybe just run the catch down, maybe because he's blodge, but otherwise I think I'd just be setting players up here and here and here and here just to sort of shut down his advance and bring all your team up, and then see where you can reposition to on the next turn. So yeah, something like that, except I think I'd aim to protect the war dancer. So what he's going to do in response to this is probably just surround those players with his own. Probably someone here, here, here. He's got strength. We don't have much in support, so I don't like it. I guess that was something of a vanity pass. Really important move here now is I think you're at these other two players around here just to start him running his team into this area. You can only blitz one player a turn, so if you did have a player there, he's probably going to hit the war dancer, or he's going to hit that player and then move. Probably, you know, surround your players here and maybe move in here, but you're dictating where his blitz goes a bit more that way. As it is, if he wants to come into this area and you had a player there, he'd have to blitz it. But as this is, he could just move here and somewhat threaten the ball, which is what I expect him to do. Surprised he's not using that player to blitz with. Maybe he's going to use this guy and try and level him up in this game. This is quite smart of him leaving a safety back here. Oh. Well, that's why he should have used the other one, but oh, that's why you want to protect the war dancer. Just a stun's not too bad, but still. Right, with him following up there, that's a great place, the tree, to block that player and hopefully step into this spot and then be marking up this warrior, because he's committed so hard to this side that you'd blitz this beastman with this war dancer and then try and bring the ball up to around here, I think, and just keep him moving around because he won't be able to get most of these players over to that side very easily. Yeah, so I'd be aiming to, as I say, get the blitz in around this side. Seeing as he has block, actually I think would have blitzed with this wrestle player. Because they're wrestling him to the ground would be better than getting him put off down with the war dancer. So I'd have probably brought this player up for an assist, blitzed from here to push him onto there, which doesn't really do much for you, but lets this player dodge out. I'd then move everyone else and then take the block with the tree there to hopefully be able to mark this warrior, because that would be a bit of a pain for him. And bring the ball up somewhat, not too far. If it's on the edge of 5, just make sure it's well protected. But we'll see what happens. So take root is a shame. It happens, and those happen. Definitely the right choice not to use one of the 2 rerolls so early on that, with it being on the loner, I think. But as always, it's a case of safest moves first. You really want to dodge this catcher out before you try that block. Because he just needs an assist to make that a free die. He's got quite a good chance of getting knocked down with Mighty Blow on that catcher. There's a bribe, so I won't be surprised if he does foul that war dancer, so that's a shame. But other than that, it's your moves, which don't need any dice, and then it's your dice rolls that protect your players, the safest rolls, which is this dodge, really. Probably then the block, and then the 2+ dodges. So I'd expect him to keep using this player to take the blitz, because he's got such a good chance of getting removals like that. Now he gets the free die on the catcher. With this kind of heavy marking on a war dancer, you're often best bringing in an assist to blitz your way out with a 1-die blitz. Or a 2-die blitz if you can manage the players for it. Otherwise you're left with the 3+ dodge to get out. But he's playing very smart. He's protecting his half of the field quite well, rather than doing the dumb thing of just running everyone towards you. And what you should really do here is fouling with that loner on the war dancer. I think that's a mistake. I think he really should have got the foul in here with him. I mean, you can still use that guy, but it's a better chance. He doesn't need it, and it's an injury. Oh dear. That really stings so early in the match. Oh, tribe fails, which is at least something. But that's the life of a war dancer. That's to be expected. You have something of a desperation play possible here of getting the ball to this catcher and dodging him as far away up the pitch as possible. If you want to try that. Oh, I hate these balls that's not doing anything. Because they can get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, GFI, GFI. So if you can get the catcher up to this line, or past it, you can't hit him basically. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, GFI, GFI. So there. Which won't be too bad, you know, if a catch, a 3+ or a reroll isn't bad, or you bring players around to block the warrior away, which is probably better. That would be quite a nice play to go for. Let's see if this dodge works. Yes, so this is what I'd be doing, I guess. That's a shame. I might have used the reroll on that if this is the play you're going for. So that makes a big difference, and everything else you're going to try, which is probably just a catch and a dodge there, has got a built-in reroll. And this is a crucial play now if it is something we go for. I think I just pushed him away rather than giving him a free block next turn. What's the range of this catcher? Yeah, if you'd pushed him up here, you wouldn't need that GFI, I guess. And you took that GFI, which means you could have instead cut this corner, and you'd have got the dodge with the reroll for free rather than the GFI, which would be a lot better. But we are going for that, and again, I'd take the dodge to cut the corner. Gives you a 2+ of reroll, which avoids a bunch of GFIs up here. So yeah, if you count the range, that's as far as you need to go. So that's what I would have suggested, so that's nice. And then I guess you just bring these guys up to get the block in here. So that worked, and it was the play I would have gone for, which is really nice. Just a few things then, like I said, I pushed the warrior away because now he gets a free 2-die block in your war dancer. That's not a good thing, even if it needs effectively a 6+ to knock him down. And yeah, the main thing is always try and remember if you think you're going to do a GFI, and even if you're not sure yet, you're often better taking that 2+ dodge with the reroll. I'm kind of surprised he went for that. He should have used that blitz on your kicker. It's got a much better chance of knocking him down and taking him out before you're on defense. Did we not try and stand up the tree? Yeah, we did. Oh, that's nice. That helps a bit. So you've got a choice on your turn. If you could stall this out, and it's risky. But you could stall it out. This catcher only needs a 2+, 2+ to go and mark someone. And then you probably blitz with him. And try and knock him down, and if you do, you can run over here and be somewhat safe. But it's a risk, it's quite a big risk. If you're not going to take that and you're going to roll any other dice, I think you just score. So, well, other than stacking the tree up, that's always worth it if you are going to roll any dice. But in this case, it doesn't matter. So I think that's what I would have done. He kind of has to take the whole half to score. And you do have strip ball against that, so I think that's the right choice. You probably want to stall if it was a very slow team or a very agile team. Maybe. So we got a defensive setup to do. We'll make sure the kicker is in the middle area so that kick works. I don't mind this as a setup. It's a bit weird having him by himself though. Yeah, just him by himself. Don't like too much because if he really wants to commit to it, he could get then a free die on him with another assist coming in. And it gives him another block while getting to sort of ignore the tree. So I think we'd have had the tree here. Or where he is with that player there. The setup that we have kind of exposes the thrower. And of course the wall dancer. And with this guy around, you can get a 2-die block on him quite easily, which isn't great, but it is very hard to defend your players in this sort of setup. You could have put the wall dancer here. He's probably going to punch the wall dancer anyway. But making him hit large is probably a lot better than him getting to hit someone without any defensive skills. Well, any defensive skills and actually still being useful compared to a lineman, that is. Otherwise it looks good. I mean, you could get a free die on this catcher as well. Excuse me. He gets another reroll. He really doesn't need those rerolls. So I would always go for a deep kick against pretty much any team playing as Wood Elves when you have the kick skill. I would always align it so that the ball goes up here, which it could have been. It could have been a scatter this way now I'm thinking about it. Which is a shame. But yeah, he's just going for the wall dancer and he's getting the powers. That's annoying when that happens. But I suppose the strip ball is your absolute key to this match. But it's like a block's hurting him, except he seems to have endless rerolls to deal with that. Yeah, this is why I didn't like this. He couldn't just get so many free blocks on this player. He only needs a well, he needs a power to knock him down. I'd consider taking it both down to end his turn if he took that. He was expecting to wrestle. Okay, it's interesting. So what have we got? You could roll lots of dice and get that ball if you really wanted with this Agi 5. You can come up here. Come up here and go dodge. Dodge. That is a 3+. It's not very nice. Dodge. Pick up the ball. And maybe dodge away more if you did not use the dodge skill by that time. Otherwise, maybe just dodge out here and hold the ball. That would cause him problems. I quite like that. The tree probably you want to move first and just put him there. I don't think you want to blitz the tree. I'd just mark up this scary block mighty blow guy. The tree here. Mark up both Chaos Warriors and it's going to force him to either commit to the tree or dodge away. What else? Yeah, I think I'd just go for that ball, even though he's absolutely surrounded by players. He doesn't have tackle, so he would need a power if you did get the ball to stop you from mostly winning the game, to be honest. But that's not what happens, never mind. Ooh, I really don't like using the loner to make that block. It can fail so easily, and then the loner can fail, or you don't really get to use the reroll. And then you're not getting anything from this turn. So I'd always move the tree first. If he's not there, then here or here, just to mark as many people as possible. Probably that warrior to lock down some of the strength 4, if that makes too much of a difference. And then just punch someone with the blitz and run away otherwise. I guess we're trying to power our way through. That's not terrible. Lots of things that can go wrong though. Because that was not done, I think I would have actually put him here. Yeah, I'll put him there. Anyway, let's see what the Warbats can do. Oh, you're not going for the ball? What? Oh. Oh, I think that's quite a big mistake. You could just grab that ball. Run up here, get the ball on the 3+, use the reroll, dodge out, and actually then I would probably throw it back to this catcher, which I'd then be able to screen off a little bit. But that ball on the floor is your ticket to the game. So I think we really should have gone for that one. This I don't like. It's just asking for him to sandwich your team with his, and then there's not much you can do. So if he's smart, the Strength 4 warrior comes here, this beastman comes here, and they just all surround you, and then you're screwed basically. So in general, you want to be using your linemen just to be in the way, not basing them, but just a tile away and just getting in the way and controlling the pitch and stopping him from being able to move where he wants to. This setup feels a bit like, hey, just go wherever you want, I'll be over here. And that's the block he should have took the first turn, I think. Yeah, that makes sense. I'd have probably gone for that blitz too. Forces you to make this dodge straight away or else it's getting surfed. If he was a tile further in, it'd have been alright, so I think he was a bit too close to the sideline. Just thinking of saying that. Oh, that's a shame. Okay, you have to go for this ball, I think. You gotta go for the ball with strip ball. You have to move this player. So I'd not used the Agi5 yet. I would move these two players because they're not based around to here to stop that coming forwards. And move the tree. The tree's not going to go anywhere great. So either you mark up this one warrior by himself, force that dodge, or you just sort of step here and hope to get in somewhere useful afterwards. Hang on. But then the first dice you want to roll is getting this catcher out, and if he does get out, 3+, 2+, I think I'd put him there, and then use the wall answer, come around here, leap into there, and get the one die with strip ball on this beastman. Hopefully it scatters out to here, and the edge 5 retrieves it and runs away. I suppose if you really went for that, that means you would put the tree around here so you could just run up. But it's asking a lot, but that's what I go for. Oh well, take root. Well, that's why you always want to move in first, so you know what's going to be happening with your tree or not. Now if we are going for the ball, which looks like we are, I'd only use one lineman, otherwise you're just giving blocks away. Unless you've got quite a decent, not numbers advantage, but if you're even on numbers and he can't spare the assists, there is a time to man mark like this, if you've got good defensive skills. But as this is, I would have just used this one lineman here. And my dog's going crazy downstairs. And then you can cancel both the assists for your leap. But as it is, you've got to be using this catcher or he's getting surfed, like, straight away, so yeah, so I would have dodged him out and I would have gone for the placement here, and you could just run to there and leap to there, push him out, and then you've got your whole team to hopefully recover the ball and secure it a little bit. Of course, whenever you try any leap, this is what's going to happen. I suppose now you do have that catcher to recover, but the positioning is not great. That ball's not in a great position to recover it either. But if you hadn't used the Agi5, would you go for that? You could come here, do a 2+ dodge, and a 4+ dodge to get in there, which isn't bad, because then it's just 2+ to get away again. Or even come this way if you want to show off quite a bit. So in general, if you do have any Agi5 player, particularly one with dodge, you want to be and you're going for the ball. You don't want to activate them until you've made that attempt, because they're your best recovery. Oh, that looked like a bad path. Well, I guess we were going for the ball. Yeah. I was wondering if you might have gone there, and then there, and then there, so it would have been a 2+, and you would have made it. So you come in here, dodge, come back in, and then it's the tricky dodge. And we didn't move the catcher! Oh no! He really doesn't like that war dancer, and it keeps knocking him down too. So this isn't going great, but I do think with some advice, it could have been quite different at this point. This looks good from him, but I'm amazed he's not taken this block yet. He's got terrible rolls in these pickups. This isn't safe. That's a push. Okay, I think this is your wrestler's time to shine. I think he stands up. 4 dodges there. 5, 6, 7. No, you have to go straight in for it, wouldn't you? So I think it's his time to make a very unlikely sack attempt by going 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 GFI, and just using everything to get this ball down. I mean, he's still probably going to pick it up even if you do knock it down, but it's that, or he scores. Maybe you first bring this lawn around to here to give you something, but you went for it. And it was a 2 and a 1, so that's what was always going to happen. Well, that's unrecoverable now. You basically have to just protect your players if you can, which kind of means protecting the Agi5 and the war dancer. Well, that's to be expected too. You should probably be fouling the war dancer. I don't know what the point going there was when you catch it stunned. Well, this is very much the Chaos game plan. At least that's no worse, and he can't risk another foul. He can't get in range, so I would have just left everyone where they were. There's nothing to be gained from this, other than a blitz. Yeah. Oh no, that wouldn't have done. Now I don't know what this guy is doing, or doing for you. Oh, yeah. Now he gets punched. Yeah, I'd have left him on the floor because it'll be his turn 8. He can't risk a foul, or if it's good if he does, and he gets sent off. He doesn't have the bribe anymore. If he gets sent off, he doesn't make the touchdown. So actually, I'd be trying to tempt him into fouling me. Okay. So we got a wall dancer out, a lineman out, and another lineman out. That's a shame. And someone sent off. Did he have a bench? No, he's down to 10 players. That's interesting. So this is your defense again. Again, I'd really like the tree on the end or the middle. If you're going through a more central setup, with this sort of setup, they've had the loner here. It just sort of forces him to use up one of his sideline spots if he wants a safer block. But as it is, he can just punch him with this warrior, which looks like he's going to do. And for these guys, because he wants to score in all 8 turns, it might be worth setting up really deep. Not like right at the back, but deep enough that it would force him to make a GFI or a beastman to get a blitz in. Because you don't really have enough players that you can protect anyone anymore. So I think in the left 3, 4, 5, 6 spaces and set up from here and behind. He'll almost certainly run forwards a bit, and that would be good for you if you can sort of split his team up a bit. You've got the agility and speed to make use of the pitch, whereas as it is, he's going to get to just base everybody up, and that's not what you want. Oh, what was that kick? There's really nothing to be gained from a short kick in this sort of scenario. I would just always go for a deep kick into the backfield. If you're lucky, it's somewhere as far back as possible. It forces him to run the beast back, don't get to go forwards. Then his team's spread out, and then you can get in there and cause some problems for him. As it is, with any sort of short kick, even if it was a blitz, you weren't getting that. So as it is, he just gets to protect the ball straight away, and there's not much you can do about it. Whereas if it's a deep kick, and you get a blitz, you can run your players down, and if he fails the pickup, you've got a good chance of scoring. Even if he makes the pickup, he's not protecting the ball. It's just always better. He's a pretty good blocking dice, which is a shame. Okay, what would I do? I would probably move the tree here. It would be a really good place to sort of constrain where his team is. And with that stun there too, really stop him from moving around very easily. So I'll probably put the tree there. If you were to try and sack this ball, you need to be marking a lot of players separately. I guess you could bring someone in here and then go for the blitz and be pushing him back, but your recovery is not very good. You do have the edgy 5, so with quite a bit of luck, if it sort of scatters around here, you can probably get it, but anywhere else, you're not getting it. It's quite a big ask, so instead, I'd be looking to just screen up in front of this, probably bring in an assist, then blitz this warrior away with the war dancer. He doesn't have block, a good chance of knocking him down, getting the rest of your team here and here, and if you've got anyone left, which you probably don't, leave them around here. Even if the tree takes root, he's in a good place then. So it looks like that's what we're going for. But I would have always have used the war dancer for this, because he has block. So to make this an effective L screen, you'd want someone there, and then run the wall answer into about here, perhaps. So it's not great, but there's not many options either. It's a screen, but it's not a defensive screen. He just needs to blitz this guy, which he's easily got with almost any of his players get 2 dice on him, and then he can just run down to here and make his advance, which is what he's doing. He's blitzing in the right direction because he could have pushed him there if he got a knockdown. So he'll probably just stay there and move everybody else around while he surrounds your team. Yeah. Yeah, I can't blame him for that. If that warrior goes in there, it's a problem. So this is very aggressive, but he has numbers to do this now. The tree rooted. That's a pain. Right, so he's gone very aggressive, but if your one answer gets here or here, there's no assist on the ball, and you've got a great chance of sacking it. You've got your Agi 5, who can sort of get in there afterwards if you do get a knockdown. So you just need to leap, really, to there. So I think that would be a dodge, come back in, leap, and hit the ball. I'd probably move this catcher out here first to come around here. Just because he's going to get a 3 dice block next turn otherwise. But that's what I'd be going for. You need something. You need to stop his game plan from working, which is working quite well so far. That's a pain to see that happen. Yeah, I think that could have been a really good sack attempt, actually. If you knocked him down anywhere around here, the Agi 5 can just make a 3+2+, probably get the ball and run away, and you're good. And then this guy can dodge out, run around, screen him off a little bit. If he went 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 to there, and you move the catcher up to around here, that's a pain for him to do much about. I can understand trying to take the blocks, but you just don't have the players, the strength, or the skills to really make this work. He's advanced enough now that, and you've so few players, it doesn't really matter where you would screen off. You just can't screen the whole pitch. Not that you usually can. And he just has such crazy numbers advantage now. I think you really had to take the opportunity of him sort of leaving the ball exposed to a leaping sack attempt. So yeah, this isn't a screen, this is just a few players in the corner. With strip ball, it's always worth thinking about the uphill sack as well, which looks like a great candidate for, although he's always going to hit the wall dancer, isn't he? I don't know, maybe not. That's a bit of a shame. Okay, well I forgot. So this guy can get a 2 die on him if you want to. I don't know if that's a good option, not yet. This ball looks sort of exposed to this player. If he went 4, 5, 6, 7 GFI, that would be a great play to go for, I think. If you do block him away, it lets you catch a dodge out, but it's not a lot. So I think I'd just be trying to hit the ball and then seeing what you can do with Agi 5. Oh, there's one that to serve him. Oh, that's a shame. But it's not going to make much difference. The ball's all that really counts. Oh, is that a snake eyes? It is. Could have gone this way, but that's a shame. Especially when you had this player basically with a almost free sack on the ball with wrestle. I guess wrestle doesn't matter when you're against. Well, I know it helps. It does help. But this is looking insurmountable now after that turn. Particularly with the reroll getting used on that. And the War Dancer's out. So I think that was it. I think that was the last best chance. And they're having quite a few really good chances. And it's always going to need some dice for it to work, and they've not been kind in this match. And they often won't be. This is kind of what I expected from the result of that serve as well, that he'd be able to just surround you and force you to dodge out, otherwise he'll get to serve you as well. This player is your key player. Who's left is your wrestle with dodge. No. Oh, at least he's not hurt. Yeah, I think you had to move this guy. If you did get him out here, you can maybe do something. Especially if you'd screened off his whole team. If he came round to here, and you got that guy to here, he can't set up an effective cage then. You can probably fairly easily make a one-die attempt to the ball and see what you can get out of that. But now you might just have to give up on this match. No. Very fortunate that he's not hurt with no apothecary, but especially with him gone, there's not much left. Yeah, I think this one's over now after that turn. So I'd just be running away. Can we do anything there? No. No. Yeah, I think that's all there is. I think you might as well just run him as far away as possible. This guy has blodge. So is that it? If he's super greedy, he could go for another pass or two there. Well, it looks like this one's over. But I do think there were quite a few points of advice I was able to give in this match that really would have made a difference. I mean, they always need the dice to work out, but a lot of them were to make your odds a lot better, and the other half were to just give a bit better outcome if things did work out to plan. I think I would just run away. You're not going to get anything, and now you're risking your players a bit more, which I really don't like without a reroll. Sorry, without an apothecary. And this guy on the line, that just seems crazy. Why is he there? 2 GFIs and he's blocked you in. That kind of deserved to be an injury, really. Yeah, this situation, just run away. You're not getting extra star player points from causing injuries. You're more likely to lose way more from players that you developed instead. Oh, why has he not moved off the sideline? What is this? Oh, it's 10-16. So I say it's over. There's always the chance for a one-turn touchdown. Is that doable? It's going to be a lot easier if you had sidestep. The Agi5 catches out, which makes it a pain. So you're looking at a catcher. You're looking at someone to get the ball to the catcher with an extra movement. He's perfect for that, so he's putting him around here somewhere. And what's his setup like? Okay, that's great for us. I'd have the tree there. You blitz him into there. You have the catcher there. Do you have enough players to set up? Oh, not sure. it's very borderline if you were to make it, and if you did get that perfect defense, it just wasn't going to happen, assuming set up properly. So it's over with, but always be thinking about the possibility of the 110 touchdown. It can save a lot of matches. There's the... You didn't need the second assist to make this a 3-dice block. If you're not aware of that, with it being strength 6, he only needs a single assist for strength 7. Oh, that was weird. Why not just run around the outside and not risk that dodge? That's how players die. And you've not used your blitz yet. Guess you didn't want to. Don't know why you want to hand off to the tree. No. It's just showing off. Well, yeah, I think I've said plenty on this one. That's more ones than anything else. That's always a sign of an upsetting match. Block dice are kind of average. Kind of good with those powers as well, but I expect his are too. It's, you know, nothing to write home about. He had a lot of both downs and skulls, so it felt like he rolled a lot of powers. So I guess a lot of those went together. Okay, well that's all for this week, I think. Definitely some things to improve from that one. So hopefully this is useful. Hopefully we see a different result next week. Okay, see you then.